It's the day. The day where everything goes to shit, essentially. Hello everybody, it's I, the Maiden of Ravens, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club. Uh, yeah. If you haven't seen the other parts already, go watch them, especially the last part. Uh, anyway. This is where all the big warnings come into play, so, just letting you know. Alright. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking into school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me to not forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. There's no music here. Damien, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. It must be the one she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's what I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she's overslept again. That dumb... Damien. Damien MC, last name, I don't know. You motherfucker. What the fuck? Okay. One like equals one slap for Damien. Thank you. You think that nowadays is a part and you try a little harder. One like equals two slaps for Damien. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly as simple for her. And I said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should have taken a little responsibility for her, Damien. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kinda left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Don't worry about what? What do you mean, don't worry? Eh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a little chill down my spine after hearing that. I have chills right now, too. The lack of music is haunting. Hey, you want to check out the pamphlets? There's a new there's a new image in the directory. It's called Happy Thoughts. I'm gonna check if I can do something real quick. Let me just... Okay, I can't. I was going to see if I could just, like, display it on the screen, but I can't. If you know what the thing is, you know what the thing is. It's the Happy Thoughts image. I don't like that. Don't like that. Okay. I forgot about, I thought that would come by a little bit later. It didn't. That came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets, laid it on the desks. Hell yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each artist's poem is neatly printed out on its own page, giving an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head before I know what's best for you. Do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she says to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem's never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Damien? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. Yeah, no shit. No kidding. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that's all I want to give her. I reached Sayori's house to knock on her door. I didn't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I did too. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. It really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Say... Ugh. I got chills. Every time I hear this damn song, I get chills. And the background's glitching. An error has occurred. And that's actually a real, like, Renpai error, too. God. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sarah wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sarah that I would be there for her. I told her that I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sarah did at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know that I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life was worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. But it isn't really the end. Let me just like load a game real quick. Yeah, okay. Sales files corrupt, starting a new game. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she totally oblivious to any intention that she might try to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, it's the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but I'm starting around high school, she would ever sleep more frequently. I don't get tired of waiting up. But she's gonna keep chasing after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just lie and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Hello everybody, I'm the Maiden of Ravens and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a game, alright. Anyway, you know what this game is. Let's just get into this, why don't we? It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I've no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there wouldn't be any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and so before I know it. After pack my things up, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Just stares at the wall. Someone who's like in that classroom saw him just like stare at the wall saying nothing and just whisper clubs. Damien probably looks insane right now. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I've no choice but to start with the anime club. Damien? Hello. Monica? Oh my goodness, totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What'd you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you can check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Aha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Had something in the throat there. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Yeah. I love doing that. I took a little thing I enjoyed from like way back, and then I made something special out of it, and now here we are. I took my my simple enjoyment for mac and cheese, and then I made something special out of it by making mac and cheese. But I made it better because I add shredded cheese to it now. It's really good. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. I don't like that the gang knows. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Let's see, if I'm remembering correctly, there's Monica, Yuri, Natsuki, and... I thought there was a 4th one. My mind's blanking. I don't know why, but my mind's blanking on it. It's weird. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. It's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I forgot there was a comma there. I mean, one of the members keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? Still insists on that mango's literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Damien. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but... If you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Damien. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials some other time. You're more important. I mean, there's not really much of a reason for me to be in this club. Like, I don't know these girls yet, so, but like, who knows? We'll see what goes down. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings and opens the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with the poster in the background. No, oh my god. I brought a guest with me. That just genuinely scared me. A guest? Seriously? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Damien. All words came me in this situation. This club. It's full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Right you are, Natsuki. What? No, I'm not. Damien, I swear to God. Natsuki. Gross sour attitude, apparently his name is Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. I thought someone else was the vice president. Weird. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So Rand, in the classroom, and he decided to come check out this club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica, didn't they tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anything new? I was going to, well, you know.
Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that'll be great. Why don't you come sit down, Damien? Please change the background so that poster cannot be there. Is the room... Is the room zooming in? Or is it zooming out? No? I'm just fucking crazy. Okay. Girls be desk arranged for my table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward to take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it comes to... I read that way wrong. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But to make school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She gravely puts the teacup in front of us before sitting down, setting the teapot in the middle. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I mean, I'm not one to drink tea personally, but I do enjoy some water. Maybe some peach juice. Maybe some W Energy. If you go to w.gg and use code Maiden of Ravens, you can get 10% off checkout. Isn't that awesome? All right. Sponsor segment over. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm not sorry. It's a discount code for you all. Like, why wouldn't you take that? You know. Anyway, shilling aside, and don't let yourself get intimidated. Or trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri finally smiles to herself in relief. So, Damien, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious for the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to complete the story for a loop? I had to speak faster because I was yawning. Again. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeah, I read a horror book once. Goosebumps. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Oh, I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
Those pieces of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looks like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud. Give that back.
Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No,
Natsuki burst her eyes.
you wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes one of his confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you wish to show some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri will quizzically Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we all have a new member, it seems like a good first step for us to take. Do you agree with this as well, Damien?
Hold on, there's still one problem. Damien, I swear to God. What's that? Now we reached the most important topic. I've only come forth on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I was my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Damien. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I'm trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I'd feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price you need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. I'm moving on, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Damien? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after this, I'd be super pissed.
Damien, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. First step, Monica. Take down that poster in the background. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Damien, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. I'm really impressed the class Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue the chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Actually, let me reread that. Natsuki, Monica, and of course, Yuri. Would really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yes, one of them specifically. Alright. I'll see to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess it starts writing a poem tonight. Alright, it's poem time. You've a special poem. Would you like to read? Yes, please. A joke. A man walked into the club. In the club, there's a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. For a disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. This can't be like alluding to anything that just happened. I don't know what happened. What am I talking about? Nothing happened. Like I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Hope and uncontrollable. Defeat and play in a part for no tragedy. Amazing, goddammit, extreme, tenacious. Disaster, entropy, flying, goddammit. Horror, family, inferno, incongruent judgment, philosophy, nightgown, comfort, intellectual, extraordinary. I generally don't know who that poem appeals to. that felt like a tie. Alright, we continue. Again, Damien. Honestly, you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. The room is zooming in now, isn't it? It is. It's askew. I don't like that. Thanks for keeping your promise. Thanks for... Who is she? Can the room stop doing this? Thanks for keeping your promise, Damien. This isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst in literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like you deserve any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then we won't see the end of it.
Monica, I can't read. Natsuki, certainly a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. No. I find herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. The music changed like pitch there, didn't it?
Manga's literature.
So the defeated Natsuki falls back into her seat. I'm sorry, Damien. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Her shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, can't really say no either way. Like I said, I'm in this club now, so when it feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. But wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget it's anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, so even if I don't I'll read off, and I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, this should help you get started on something you might like. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book tonight and thought you might enjoy. Can the room stop skewing? This is weird. It's short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Like read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, thank God. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Your face is already buried into a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more. At the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from Marie. Okay, so we're on Yuri's road, thank God. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But then makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I wanted to sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. Yuri, your eye? Your eye. Yuri? Your eye? That's very funny. Oh, thank God. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll have to start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is it so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this village camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. The people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines, just that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and asphyxiating them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not to think about the limbs. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? That was not what she said last time. She was something about, like, a girl, like, needing to, like, choose who she trusts and whatnot. That was entirely different. What the hell? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. The dark turn came out of nowhere. I feel like this is alluding to something in this game. Not sure what, though. Ah. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Damien? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just this kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil. Because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. And suddenly... What? Huh? Huh? I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. I don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. I let things like books and writing for my thoughts, and my whole body gets incredible blah blah blah. But I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? That actually fucking scared me. Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. That genuinely made me jump. Ted Silvato, you clever man. Shake my hand. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, let's find a sit here, right? Sit in the seat next to yours. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's... I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just let me find out distracting or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. Well, that's over. So she's reading from my book instead. Jump scare? Nope, okay. Sorry. I was just bathing and feeling your body heat. What? You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? As long as I just get up until it's up against Yuri's and hold the book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of hard difficult to turn the page. Here. Hey. This is calm. Nothing can happen here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it slips to her side. Sorry. But in holding it like this, we're held a little closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Just turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't know, I like her smile here. It's cute. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like a bit exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. She didn't react like that before, did she? I remember she just like glanced over, like gently, like she did, like when she asked if we were gonna turn the page. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses the things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you're talking about. Sorry. I think you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get to that far yet. So I don't know why that came to my head. Are you feeling alright? Eh? You're feeling a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. You're reading this little... Am I breathing? Here, puts her hand on your chest. That's feel your heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Here he stands and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Damien? Something happened just now? Eh? I have no idea. You're was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yours does it sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Oh, she might be a while, so we figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. Well, let's get Natsuki out of the way. I told Natsuki when I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair if I should remind myself first. Damn, try to take this club seriously, then don't go. Then go home. What? Harsh? Yeah, that was harsher than what she said before. What, you expect me to lose actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, yeah, but yeah, I did put in effort. I'll start somewhere, right? If you're so proud of it, their first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Anything to think about? Fine. Oh, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve on, but I tell you what to improve, but you're better off trying again. Fair enough. Well, there's your turn, I guess. Is the room zooming in again? No, it isn't. I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, yeah, but I think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, the elves can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you we weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I like it? Damien became Mickey Mouse for a second. Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's nice to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you could do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But then the nice thing about some of the writing is put more weight. It puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but it made it fall flat on its purpose. You don't spring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Hope Monica, because Yuri isn't here at the moment. Ah, Damien. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're doing everything, have you ever any suggestions for the club? Like new activities or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your problem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Hahaha. Don't worry, Damien. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's a sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Monica, my poem. Great job, Damien. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low.
That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know the Yuri likes kind of writing, right? Writing is full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind's totally attached from reality. I don't mean like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get a little impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time on her own hands, it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her like with a lot of kindness. I don't think she used to be an adult like that. She was really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for a long time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri. I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now? Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he isn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle. Closes again on me. The air breathes dissipates before I reach my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears. I branch my pen. That was different from the poem, the first version of Hole in Wall. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time in between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I'd had some kind of epiphany recently. It's plenty influenced my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone's better, knows each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the night. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfectly and never make any progress. Force yourself to get something down on the paper, tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Awesome. Yuri. Yuri reads the poem and notices her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri screws her mouth and ends up covering her entire face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form what to do together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. Also, that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Asking can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if you're apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club?
Okay, this is different. This is the same. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber bathing. It must be this one. Last remaining a street light to have withstood the test of time. Last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green heat of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. Light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. It really didn't. Ah, well, I just don't read the script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Ready to ghost, Jerry? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Damien. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you didn't only glance over it after all. From where the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work, they usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solid putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I probably learned a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Damien. Ah. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Oh, yeah, man. Like, I'm nearing the end of my limit, too. Like, yeah, it's almost been, like, 50 minutes, and I'm kind of exhausted, and I want to just go make some... I don't like that. I don't like that. Anyway, I guess that's everyone. Let's around the room. That was a little more stressful than I thought and anticipated. It's everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if there's being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. That's what I ended up getting myself into. Across her Monica's writing something on her notebook. My eyes landed on Yuri. They generally exchange people to shoot firemen. Oh god, it's the fight today. Oh no. We gotta do the fight and then we're done. Okay, so this one's gonna be an hour. They generally exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch sheets of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What was this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem on the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Damien did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect that to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Damien liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh god, here we go. Oh? Oh, sorry. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... You're sensible as well. Maybe you're jealous that Damien appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? You that believe yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Damien started showing up. Natsuki, that's taking a little bit too far, but really? Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities and others like that. You're really actually saying as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking to me. You want to be edgy, bitch? Oh, she did say that last time. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone like your upper mental to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves before they have to graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your technologies by dressing against the cute? The cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on the head, Jerry. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. I didn't hear everything you really think. I'm sure I'd be happy to hear that. What do you have to say? Suddenly Yuri turned toward me and she got myself standing here. Damien, she's trying to look bad. That's not true. She started. How did you... No, which course I picked? What? Yuri. I think Yuri. Yuri. Please, Yuri. Hi. Hi, Monica. How's it going? Hi, how are you? You wanna move? Oh, okay. Hey, Damien. Why don't we step aside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. I really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once I'm done yelling. Some president I am, right? Can't even confirm my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine by me. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly ask your friends out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. You have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Damien, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. But I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. Or for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take this responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around or something. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Damien. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? Sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understand. Monica, what the fuck was that, you bitch? Alright, we're doing the poem. And then we'll call it there. Jesus. Determination. Hopeless. Intellectual. Defeat. Misery. Despise. Cage. Horror. Inferno. Dream. Memories. Okay, dammit. Incongruent. Judgment. Effulgent. Embrace. And scars. Okay. Infinite! I didn't like that. You saw Yuri's spray, yeah? Extraordinary. Okay. Hurt. Lust. I saw Yuri's spray at the end there. I didn't like that. Save. Oh, yeah, no more saves. Right, yeah, because this is my first time saving the game. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more, give it a like. One like equals one smack for Damien, as we know. Subscribe to the channel, maybe. Hit the bell if you want to get notified. You don't have to, but it's just if you want to get notified for when I upload, you can do that. Maybe follow me on Blue Sky. I post a lot of silly things over there. I'm not on Twitter anymore. Maybe join the Discord. It's kind of dead, but I'm trying to revive the community. I'm horribly trying, but I'm trying. And yeah, like if energy drink formulas are your thing, and you like a refreshing drink with cool and unique flavors, then go check out w.gg and use code Maiden of Ravens at checkout for 10% off your order. Isn't that awesome?
Alright, well, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Later.
Take care.